my name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by to check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make Jalapeno Popper stuffed bratwurst. Now, this is a recipe, I've seen a few other people do it on YouTube, where I'm combining two of my favorite things. Jalapeno poppers, and since I live in Wisconsin, bratwurst. And this is a real easy variation that you can do if you're having some friends and family over for a barbecue. These don't take very long, probably around 45 minutes to an hour cook time. So real easy and real delicious, especially if you love jalapeno poppers and bratwurst. So I have some Johnsonville brats. I got around 5 pieces of bacon that I've already fried up and crumbled up. Some sharp cheddar cheese, some jalapenos, and some cream cheese. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to also use a little barbecue seasoning. We're going to throw them on the kettle grill. These are going to be absolutely delicious. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is to mix the mixture that we're going to stuff these bratwurst with. So we're going to start off with 1 pack of cream cheese. Now this has been sitting out of the fridge for a few hours to make it a little bit soft, to make it a little bit easier, obviously, to mix together. I have 2 jalapenos here that I diced and de-seeded. If you like it a little spicy, feel free to add or keep the seeds in. A little, or whatever you want to do. Like I mentioned before, I got some of this bacon here that I cooked and crumbled up. Throw all that in there. And I got some cheddar cheese here. So I'm just going to start here. We'll put a little bit in here. I'm going to save a little bit of cheddar cheese to put on the brats before we put them on the smoker. And I'm just eyeing this, guy, so I don't have exact measurements. So feel free to put as much or as little cheese as possible, according to what you like. So there we go. I'm gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of BBQ Rub. I'm using Kansas City's Cowtown the Squeal Hog Rub. I've used this before. This has a little bit of brown sugar in it. And I think adding a rub that's got a little bit of sweetness to it, sugar, is gonna be good to kind of offset the hotness of the jalapenos. Now there's no easy way to do this here. I'm going to attempt with a spoon. If not, I might have to just get in there with my hands. But you want to kind of mix everything together here. And this is kind of the tricky part, because you got to kind of break up that cream cheese and try to incorporate the cheddar cheese, the jalapenos, the bacon. So let me... Yeah, see, I think I'm going to just have to get busy with my hands. Let me, this isn't going to work, I don't think. Let me quickly go wash my hands real good. I'll be back in a second. Let's get busy. I'm just going to use one hand here. I think it's a little bit better here. Make sure when you're touching jalapenos that you always wash your hands after. Because if you forget and then you scratch your eye or rub your eye because it itches and you forgot you just touched jalapeno, it's not going to be pleasant. Alright, guys, there you go. Let me get the bratwurst out and I'll show you how we're going to stuff them up. Be back in a minute. Alright, so here are the bratwurst. I decided to put gloves on, seeing how messy it was to mix that cream cheese mixture with my hands. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut a little slot. Let me move these over here into each brat, okay? I'm just going to try to make them a little more uniform. Now I intend on eating this in a bun like a regular bratwurst, so I'm going to be careful to make a little incision with a knife and try not to flatten it out completely, kind of make it like a little bit of a canoe. You can also make it into a boat, which is what a lot of people do, and then they just like slice it as like an appetizer to serve at a barbecue or what have you. So I'm going to take a very sharp knife here. Just want to go through the casing. Just want to go down maybe, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. And don't go all the way to the end. But just using your fingers here, your thumbs, just kind of spread it open to allow us to stuff some of that mixture inside. Okay? Kind of like that, okay? So let me continue. There you go. So now comes the next part that's a little bit tricky here. We have our cream cheese mixture here. And there's no easy way to do this, I don't think. I'm just going to, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to roll it a little bit. That might help a little bit. And really push it in there. You see how when you push it in, it kind of balloons out a little bit. Now some people, I've seen wrap these in bacon. The problem I see with the bacon is that these are only going to take around maybe 45 minutes on a grill. You can also do these on your pellet smoker, gas grill, it doesn't really matter. Until you bring that bratwurst up to around 160 or so degrees. And usually in that amount of time, you're not going to be able to get that bacon to fully cook and render down. So I don't want to necessarily have uncooked bacon wrapping my bratwurst. So that's why I decided to cook some and then put it in the mixture itself. Okay, just like that. That's a little easier than I thought. I found just kind of rolling it like this a little bit just kind of helps you push it in. And like I said, if you're serving this as an appetizer, and you're not going to serve it on a bun like a traditional bratwurst, you can certainly flatten this out and put, which will allow you to put more of that mixture in there. So you see it got a little bit left over. I'm going to put that aside. Now, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to put these in the refrigerator just to kind of firm up because I've been cutting them. I've been working them with my fingers. They're getting a little soft. I just want them to be cold enough to put on my grill. We're going to try to heat up the grill anywhere from, say, I don't know, 250 to 275. We don't want to really go too hot. We want to allow enough time to get that bratwurst to cook, get a little smoke on it, so forth. But before I do that, let me take one of my gloves on. I'm going to put a little bit of cheddar cheese on top. Kind of push it down. I also have one jalapeno that I just sliced. I'm going to put slices on top of mine. I know Monica doesn't like hers that spicy. But there you go. I'm going to put this in a tray in the fridge. And I'll meet you guys outside when we fire up the kettle grill. Alright, so how I'm going to do this is obviously I want two zones. I'm going to put the brats over here away from the coals to smoke for a little bit, and then right towards the end when they're ready, I'm going to move them over for a minute or two directly over the coals. So let's just get this going here. I used a charcoal basket here just to kind of separate the two zones, and I have a little bit of coals here on the bottom because I have one of these smaller chimney starters here. So we're just going to, oh, I guess I should turn it on first. Turn that on. Throw this on. This is probably going to take 10 minutes. Just enough time for me to go inside and grab a beer, guys. I'll meet you inside. So today I'm trying something I really like. I haven't had this in a while. I have had it before. This is imported from Germany, Spaten Premium Lager. One of my favorite German beers for sure. So, it's just been a long time since I've had a good German beer. And saw it in the store, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. Got myself a 6-pack, and I'm very happy to report this is actually a 12-ounce bottle. Usually when you get these imported ones, They're like 11.6 ounces or 11.2 ounces. They shave off almost a complete ounce, but yet sell the 6-pack to you at the same price. So first had this, I think, when I was living in Huntington Beach, California. They had an Oktoberfest, and they'd have a band come over from Germany to play the Oktoberfest music, and they always had this beer on tap. There was a little bar that was in there. It was called Old World. It's a little old German village right in Huntington Beach, and they used to have a bar down in the basement called the Rat Cellar, where you would go downstairs. They served food, and they had several different kinds of spot. This is their regular spot. They also make like a strong one called the Optebacher or something like that, and they would serve it in big Pilsner glasses with a slice of lemon, and it was just big ones because they had that spot on tap, and it was just a really cool little bar. They served a little Undenbergs you would take shots of. Anyway, really good memories going there. Look, I mean, what can I say? It's a perfect Pilsner beer, I think. It's gold, a little carbonated, nice head. If you have never had a good German beer, this would be a good place to start. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? It's just a good, well-balanced German beer. One of my favorites. I'm going to enjoy this, but we'll go out there when the coals are ready, probably in another 5 minutes or so. Throw those brats on and go from there. Cheers, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, not completely ashed over, but I'm going to let this settle for a little bit here before we put the brats on. I'm a little disappointed with this charcoal that I bought. There are some big pieces, but there's a lot of little crumbs, which I can't stand, because when I try to cook them start them in the chimney starter, a lot of them fall through. When I poured some in here right out of the bag, and this is the Fogo premium hardwood lump charcoal, but it's like the medium size. Maybe I gotta get the big size, so I won't judge them completely, but so far I'm not super impressed with that brand. First time trying them. All right, let's put the grate on there, and what I'm going to do, the bottom vent is completely open. I'm going to just kind of let this settle. I'll put the vent directly over just to kind of get things going. I'm going to turn on my chef's temp just to get a somewhat of a reading here, see where we're at. And we're already at 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and it'll be climbing, I'm sure. I'm going to give this a good 10-15 minutes just to stabilize. Like I said, I'm going to try to get this around 250, 275. I got this top vent around just over a quarter open, so we'll let it stabilize. Be back shortly. All right, it's been around 15 minutes. It's reading 313, little warmer than I'd like. I'm gonna dial back this. I'll dial back that vent just a little bit, because, like I said, I don't want it quite that hot. But you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna hurt anything. All right, so place. Go down here. We'll place these brats, like I said, on the indirect side. Boy, that charcoal is also kind of crackling and acting up a little bit. First time using the Fogo charcoal. Alright, so what I'm going to do now too, as well, I'm going to add, I got some hickory wood chips. I just have a little bit left. Woo. Just going to throw a little bit on here. Try to add a little bit of smoky flavor. I'm definitely going to crank down that vent, because, man, it's blaring over here on this side. Alright. We'll throw that on. I want to add a little bit of smoke to the bratwurst. Yeah, it's just like, I got it maybe around a quarter open, that vent. Bottom one's wide open. 219, 228. Like I said, I want this to kind of just stabilize somewhere in the 250 to 275 range. So we'll let it go. We'll be back in a little bit, see how these are doing. All right, it's been a half hour. Right after I stopped filming last time, I realized I had to switch it to put the vent over the brats. This is reading 343, but that's normal because it's right over the flame, so I expect it to be 25 to 50 degrees over what the actual temperature is on this side. So let me do this right here. We're gonna double check what the temperature is on this side, because I did choke it back a little bit because it was running a little hot. So let me just kind of open this a little bit. Let's just stick our instant read in here. See what kind of reading we get here. You know, anything 250, 275, even 300 is fine. Let's see. Oh, it's starting to, no. Again, it's saying it's 347. Above the fire. Well, it's a little warmer than I'd like. Yep, there we passed 275. Oh, we're starting to... it's still climbing. Alright, well, we're running a little hot. Let's see where we'll stop here. Okay, well, it's still climbing. Jeez. Alright, there we go. 340. It says 349 above the flames. Alright, so it's running a little hot. But you know what, in the grand scheme of things, as long as I cook the temperature, it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look and see how these things are looking. Right, you can definitely tell that the brats are taking on some color. See, the cheese has melted. Let's just do a temperature reading here. It's going to be hard because I got to go, I don't want to burn myself. Let's try this middle one. I want to go into the brat. And like I said, we want to go to like 160, 145. It's like we're almost there. It's been a half hour, guys. See how these are really quick. But again, I'm gonna go from this end on the opposite end, try to get it in. Okay, saying 152. Let's try this one into the meat. 158. So they're gonna need a little bit more time, but they're almost there. This is 148. Oh man, they look good, huh? Alright. I'll put the cover on. Probably give it another 10-15 minutes and we'll come check the temps again. Yeah, they're probably going to be done at that time. Alright, so it's reading 331 on this side, which means it's probably a little bit cooler on that side. It's been around another 12-13 minutes. Let's do another temperature reading. It's getting a little dark out here, so these are hopefully are done. Like I said, we want 160. Oh, 180. 180, these are done. See, 178. Pretty much done. The cool thing about overcooking these a little bit, it's not a big problem. I think the cream cheese filling, I'm trying to get in the sausage and not the cream cheese. I think the cream cheese filling is going to help these bratwursts maintain some moisture. So they're still going to stay juicy. What I'm going to do now is just for a very brief moment, maybe 90 seconds or so, I'm just going to put these right over the coals. and then we'll be done. Be back in a minute. All right, here we are, guys. Like I told you earlier, I took some jalapeno slices from a fresh jalapeno, just put it on those two here. I have the other ones. Boy, it smells smoky. I've kind of let them cool down a little bit here. I think I'll take one, we'll cut it in half, see how it looks like, take a test, how it tastes, and then, yeah, the other ones are going to go into a bun like a regular bratwurst. But man, look at these. Melted cheese. Got cream cheese filling. We got some bacon in there, some seasoning, some jalapenos. Man. All right. Let's slice into one. All right, guys, so a lot of people will serve this just as an appetizer without putting it in a bun. So I just want to kind of show you how that would go. You'd probably cut it maybe into half or quarters, maybe with a toothpick or something, but I'm just going to cut right down the center. I'm just going to take a look how this looks. All right, look at that. Cream cheese filling. All right.
The brat looks moist.
Look, it's way moist.
Yeah.
You can see the liquid. And again, I probably went a little over 160, 165. But like I mentioned, I think the cream cheese just kind of helps keep everything moist, that stuffing, that filling. Whoops. All right. There we go, guys. I'm going to get Monica out here. We'll give this a taste. Be back in a second. Welcome back. I'm here with my wife, Monica.
Hey, guys.
All right. Let's take a piece.
Man, this looks so good. I was just saying the inside of it is not only moist and juicy, but the color, it looks like a Polish sausage on the inside. Ooh, I wonder how good that would be in Polish.
Well, you can do it with any kind of sausage.
I love
There's
Polish.
no reason you can't do a Polish here. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Look at that. It's so cute.
I'm just going to pop the whole
You
thing
could put
in my
toothpicks
mouth.
in that, actually, or you could serve
No.
it like boats if
Yeah.
you were serving it.
If I was going to serve it as an appetizer, I would kind of flatten out the bratwurst and put more cream cheese, make it more like a boat, and then you can slice it in little pieces, and yeah, put a little toothpick in there.
Yeah, that's cute.
Be perfect to serve at a barbecue.
Football.
Yeah, a little appetizer before the main
Definitely.
dish, basically.
For sure.
Instead of a jalapeno popper. Okay.
Okay, let's talk. Let's
All
eat.
right, let's go.
Oh, the bacon in it is good.
Oh. Okay, wow.
Oh,
Boy, there's a lot of flavors going on there.
wow.
I first got a little snap from that casing. That was my initial thing. And then the softness of the cream cheese.
Oh, it's good.
Then I tasted the bacon, the smokiness. Can you taste the
Yeah,
smoke?
no, I can, totally.
Oh my God.
This is really good.
We're going to do a couple.
Oh my gosh. And I'm really not a big brat fan normally.
No.
I'll eat it every now and then. I like brats. It's just it's heavy, so it doesn't sit well with me if I eat it all the time. But this is
Look at that, guys.
very good. Or as
Wow.
your mom would say, this is out of this
Yeah,
world.
put this on a platter with some toothpicks. Oh my goodness.
This is
some chips and
delicious.
salsa. Wow.
Wow.
Right. I think I found my favorite way to cook a bratwurst. Wow. All right.
Wow. I like it. It's really good.
All right. We'll be back in a second. I'm going to show you the way I really intended to serve this in a bun like a traditional brat.
But we do it very different.
Yeah, and Monica made a homemade sauce. Tell them about the sauce.
Yeah, so he likes it. It's like with jalapenos on it and stuff. I just wanted to make a simple drizzle for the top, just to give it a little more. I didn't know what the flavor profile would be. So I did mayo, a little bit of yellow mustard, and a little bit of barbecue sauce. And I added a little spicy barbecue sauce to it. That's it. Mixed
there
it
you
all
go.
up and made a little, what do you call it, aioli.
There you go. All right, we'll be back. We'll try these in a bun.
Oh yeah.
Be back in a second. All right, we put them in the buns. I'm taking one with some fresh jalapeno slices. Here's that sauce Monica said. And what was it again?
It's just about a 1/4 cup of mayo, and then I just put in a couple tablespoons of barbecue sauce and maybe a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of mustard.
Okay. Mayo, mustard, and barbecue sauce. You gonna put
I'm
some
just
of
gonna
that
go
on?
like this. Just kind
Okay.
of. Yeah.
And look, you can serve this however you want. Be creative. I think
There we
this
go.
would be good with a little sauerkraut.
That's how I
Maybe
like
some
it.
spicy mustard. Man, I mean, look at this, guys. Why don't you put a little bit on mine too with the jalapenos, just so I can comment on whether I like it or not.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'd be delighted.
Yeah. All right. Man, I'm looking forward to this. Let's give this a taste. All right, so here we are. Let's grab these buns. See, that's why I did make them into a boat, was because I wanted to be able to fit them in a bun to eat them the traditional way. Cheers. All right, let's give this a taste.
Looks good.
Boy, all right.
Oh my. Oh, that sauce is good on there.
That sauce is good. Wow. Hang on, I gotta show you guys.
And I need to take another bite.
Look at the juiciness of that brat, man. I mean, come on. That sauce. We got some fresh buns.
Oh, they have a bun.
And you guys saw how easy this is. This is rocket science. You just have to mix the cream cheese with a few ingredients, stuff the brats on the pellet smoker, charcoal grill, whatever you have. You can even cook these in the oven. I mean, really. But I think cooking it on the grill gives it a little bit of a smoky flavor.
I could totally taste the smoke. Yeah. It's not overpowering either, so... Well,
I think putting those wood chips on there definitely helped it absorb some smoke in the beginning.
Very good.
But boy, yeah, you can tell there's a little bit of a smoke ring on there.
Well, get a bite of the jalapeno.
Right, I'm going to take this one.
And push it near the end. I want to see how that goes.
All right, let's go. I can taste it. All right. Guys, listen.
You just got to do it. You have to.
If you like
You're missing out if you don't.
If you like jalapeno poppers and you like bratwurst, you got to try this recipe.
For sure.
I'm telling you. Perfect combination.
And also another suggestion, not that it's not too salty. Brats naturally are salty and stuff, but if you had to cut the sodium for any reason for, you know, your guests or for yourself, you could always do the low sodium bacon when you put the bacon in there. But this is delicious.
Wow. So good. You don't even like brats. All right, guys. As always, I appreciate watching the video. If you like it, please hit the like button. This logo on my shirt, there's a logo on the bottom of the screen. Click on that. It allows you to subscribe to my channel. Please do that. It really helps my channel grow. And I'll leave a link below to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. That's where I feature all my video recipes, photos, the whole bit. I stumbled there with my words because I got a little bit of heat on the back of my throat. Yeah, because I had that piece of jalapeno.
I'm not brave. You're brave to do that.
We had a few seeds in there.
I like jalapenos, but no, I don't think I can do that.
I do like hot, but the older I get, it's like one of those love-hate relationships. I love it,
love you.
but it doesn't love me the next day or like middle of the night. I'll wake up probably 3 in the morning with heartburn. So,
Yep.
But you know what? The sacrifices are made for
Exactly.
for my YouTube viewers. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
All right. One more bite.
Okay.
All right. So juicy. Wow. This is a winner.
Winner, winner, bratwurst dinner.
There you go. We'll see you next time, guys. Thank you.
Bye.